Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Good. Let's get my last car.
Alrighty. Navigation in here.
Cool. How do you like this Tesla?
I love it. It's my second Tesla.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Feel free to ask me any questions.
Well, no, I work for a Cadillac dealer, so we have a bunch of EVs that just came out.
Okay, yeah, the
Lyric, the
Lyric,
the Vistic, the IQ.
Yep. No, I love Cadillac. I never personally owned one, but we definitely had Cadillacs in the family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just the EV thing is just crazy right now.
Yeah. So, it's interesting. So you work at a Cadillac dealership. So I'm curious because I know it's funny. My sister-in-law works at a Subaru dealership.
Oh, okay.
And basically, she would, if it was up to her, I forget, I think it's called the Solterra or something like that. They would just go out and torch every EV Subaru tries to push down their throat. They're literally like, they sit on the lot, they've discounted them, and this was prior to the EV credit going away, right, a few days ago. I mean, I had to discount like 10 grand.
Oh, yeah.
To push it out. So here in the United States, we're just not there yet.
No.
Like we got to, and I think everybody thought it was going to go a little, because we got to like 9% real quick. Like we went from, and this is going to sound, I'm a Tesla nerd, so forgive me for saying this, but I mean, that was all on the backs of Tesla, right?
Sure.
We went from 0% in 2010, or really more like 2012, to 9% by 2020. And that was all on the back of Elon Musk. I mean, Elon Musk single-handedly made the country go from 0% to 10% in about 8 years. But then it just stalled. Like, I think I'm curious, because you're going to know a lot better than me. My gut tells me that the reason it stalled, 2 reasons, is you got through that first 9 to 10%, which is like maybe a little bit beyond early adopters,
right?
But folks that are like, let me give this thing, I saw this video, I'll give it a shot. So you got like early adopters, true believers, and then a little bit of, okay, I'll give this thing a shot. And that's done. And so, number one, you have not gotten beyond that early adoption.
Right.
You haven't gotten to Joe and Sally Jane Rottencrotch, living out in New Caney, Texas.
Right.
That's number one. And then number two, hybrids. I think that most Americans are still so fearful of range anxiety. Sure. That the hybrid, they want to have a lower gas bill, obviously. Everybody does, right? There's 0% of people that say, I want to spend more on gasoline.
Right.
But the range anxiety thing has still got them. And so hybrids came in, and I don't know if Cadillac has a hybrid, but that is my understanding. Like, the hybrids in the last 2 to 3 years, just in America, just took off.
Yeah,
like a wildfire.
Toyota, Hyundai, Honda, all those guys have them. We don't have them.
That surprises me that, well, Cadillac, y'all are higher end, obviously.
Yeah, but even GM, so, you got to think about it.
You're the high end of GM.
Right. You got the GMC Hummer EV. You got the Silverado EV, the Sierra EV.
Yeah.
And, everybody likes them, but it's right now, so GM has come out with this thing that says, okay, so you can have a loaner fleet as big as you need, but you're only, so there's a lyric right there, you can only have so many gas power, they call them ICE vehicles.
Also, they are putting a mandate on you.
Oh, yeah. So,
and it's coming from GM.
Yeah, I can have unlimited EVs, but I can only have so many. I can have, I think, 44 gas loaners. And I'll have these little ladies that'll come in, and I'll try to put them in an electric car, and they'll tell me to go F themselves.
Yeah, they're like, go pound sand.
Yeah, I mean, they call.
But the public's not demanding that, right?
No, that's GM.
That's GM. They've promised the government they're going to contract. They're going to build this many because they took money, and so they've got to produce these things.
Yep.
You, Mr. Local dealership, and the tens of thousands of guys just like you all over the country, you're on the hook for it because you got a relationship with them, and so they just shove them down your throat.
Well, we keep turning them away. Like they keep saying, we're going to give you 25 IQs. No, we're going to give you 20 more lyrics. No, we're going to give you 7 more optics. No, because we have so many of them on the lot, nobody wants them.
Yeah,
we're paying floor plan on this stuff, and GM's not going to give you. They don't give you money back. The minute the car hits your inventory, they get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a sale for them.
Yeah, it's done.
So when you look at GM's consolidated financial statements, as soon as that Cadillac Lyriq leaves wherever it is, Detroit, Mexico, wherever it is they build them. Where's that? Wherever they're built.
Wherever they're built.
And they get to your lot, that's a sale.
Yep, that's done.
Now, even though for you, now you've got to work 8 times as hard to try to clear this car out that nobody really... People come to Cadillac because they want a freaking Cadillac. Right? No, let's just be blunt. Like, people go to... I go to... there's 5 or 6 types of cars that when I go there, I'm not trying to do anything, so I want that car. I want a Porsche 911. I want a Mercedes S-Class. I want this. From an American-made standpoint, that's a Cadillac. That's for me. I mean, I'm 56 years old, so when I think of Cadillac, I don't think, forgive me for saying this, I don't think electric vehicle.
Right.
I think of premium, large, very luxurious inside. That's what I think of. I'm not thinking of I don't know. That's just me.
Well, they're beautiful, but it's like you said. You sell a little old lady a car, and she buys it, and they don't understand. Like you said, the range anxiety thing. Okay, so an IQ has a 400-mile range. Right?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but if you run out, you're done.
You're done. Yeah,
you're stopping where you're at. No matter where you're at, you can be in the middle of the freeway. You don't have to post to a stop. So I mean, and people don't seem to understand that. So they give you these in-home chargers that come with the vehicles, right? They're 110 chargers. They charge a mile an hour.
Yeah, those little wall connectors. They're not the actual.
No, you gotta have a level 2 charger or something.
Yeah, that's what I've got in my garage. I've got a wall charger.
Yeah, you have to. They use it 440, and so they'll charge it 8 hours.
Yeah, well, mine's less than that. I get home at about 5 to 10%, and in 4 hours I'm up to 85, 90%.
We have a dual charger up front. I have 16 chargers on the lot. I had to start adding them for my service customers. I have a dual charger on the front lot that'll charge a car fully in an hour.
Yeah.
It'll charge up to 80%.
Yeah.
In 1 hour. So, but I mean, that cable, you try to lift that cable and plug the car in, and you're almost going to break your arm because it's so dang big.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're selling the Tesla adapters so that you can use Tesla charging stations.
Yeah. The NACS.
Yeah, but people don't understand that.
Well, they don't understand either.
Yeah, they don't understand. You got to pay for that electricity. You got to pay with a credit card. They're like, it's not free.
No, it's definitely not free, especially if you're using a public charger.
Yeah, and people get upset because we put them in these cars because we have to.
Yeah.
They end up having.
Yeah. Now that is one of the benefits that Tesla has over the others is if you're coming to Tesla, you've already made the decision.
Right.
Like you have said, like, I don't know, you did your research.
Sure.
Like for me, before I bought my first Tesla, I mean, I spent a good year
right
watching videos. I was just scared to death of the range thing. For me, it was, and I worked in the oil and gas industry. Sure. So I'm retired now, but when I worked, at first it was like I went the whole spectrum. Right. I went from these things are a joke, right? I worked in the oil and gas industry. Sure. I kind of it's like these things. It's a glorified lawnmower, right? Sure. It's a glorified golf cart. And then I rode in one. I was like, all right, it's not a glorified golf cart because this thing's actually faster than my car. So I got to stop saying that. Yeah. And it gets off the line twice as fast as mine. So it may be something, but it ain't a golf cart. No,
they're not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like them. I don't. I'm still trying to figure out the whole thing that we can't register them here. You can't. When we sell them, you got to go title them yourself.
Well, that's a dealership thing because you can't the direct to customer type of thing. But yeah, for me, it was more of just like doing my research and getting into one. And then I did, hopefully this doesn't offend. I'm just never going to drive another car other than a Tesla now.
No, I get it.
I mean, once you get into one and once you own one and once you get over that like you find out that the range anxiety thing is not a real, like it is like the example you said, 100% spot on. Right. Like that there aren't as many public chargers as there are gas stations. Right. But what you don't know until you own an EV is I never use a public charger. Right. Right. That's the thing that little old lady doesn't understand is that there is literally 3 times a year I use a public charger, and that's when I'm on a road trip. And that's when the Tesla supercharger network kind of comes into play, right? Because it's so prevalent. It's all over the place. But that was me. I went through that entire evolution of, I was a Chevy Silverado guy. Yeah. I mean, I was, all the way through Chevy. And I still, like, somebody asked me the other day, like, well, if Tesla didn't exist, what kind of EV would you drive? And I said, I wouldn't drive an EV. I'd be in a Chevy Silverado. They're like, the electric kind? I said, fuck no. Yeah. I'm like, it's Tesla. I was like, I'm not here because of saving the planet. Right. I'm here because nobody can compete with this. No. This is literally like the issue is Americans just 90% of America doesn't want it. Right. The rest of the world does. Sure. But America right now, and so what I'd love to see one day is, because I love Cadillac, because as an American, as I'm a Marine, so for me, I obviously want to see Cadillac and GM and, Chevy Silverado. That's what I grew up in Chevys, right? I want to see them, but I know that eventually they're going to have to get on board. It's just not going to be right now. Right. It's not going to, and I think what's going to end up pushing that over is the fact that China doesn't buy our ICE vehicles anymore. Right. They're basically, they're like, it's 60% of every new car sold in China is an EV, and it just keeps going. So what's going to happen is China subsidized us for so long, right? And the best example is like a Toyota a Lexus, which might have cost $75,000 when China was buying millions of them, is going to cost $100,000 when China's buying 0 of them, right? And so, you know what I'm saying? It's like, as EVs go this way, ICE vehicles go that way. Right. And even if an American just hates an EV, eventually they're going to go like, well, I'm going to win a Darwin Award if I buy that car for $75K and not that one for $25K, and just deal with the damn, learn to deal with the damn range anxiety. But I'd like to see folks like, Chevy and especially Cadillac and keep the same aura. Right. Keep that, but they're gonna, it's the powertrain's gonna have to. And here's the thing: is we have no choice. Right. We're the only country staying with ICE right now. Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned that we're 90% ICE, and we're gonna be that way for a while. Like you're gonna be doing what you're doing for a long time, but your son's not. Right. And so, I guess my question is are we going to do it on our terms, or is it just going to be shoved down our throat? because it's going to happen.
You're absolutely right.
And I want it to be on our terms, right? It's just like the whole AI thing. Like, I hear people like, well, let's slow down the AI thing. I'm like, well, what are you going to do? Get on a boat and go to Beijing and tell them to slow down? Like, no.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. They're going to keep going. Yeah. So we only have one choice, is to go hard on AI. And they're like, well, no, we need to take a time out and think about the ethics and what about these jobs? And I'm like, dude, China doesn't give a shit about what you think about ethics. They're going to create it, and then if we stop, they're going to, I mean, you think that they outcompete us now? They're just going to destroy our industries.
Sure.
And then all we're going to do is be a vassal state to China. Is that what you want?
Right.
And obviously, most people shouldn't want that, right? Mm-hmm. And so really, the only answer is no, we got to go hard in the paint. All right, come on, Tess. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little tender. You saw that there. I think if up to me, I would have gotten out there a little bit quicker. The Tesla is a little more like, I'm okay with somebody honking behind me for 5 seconds.
So you bought the description for the drive?
I own the license.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This entire drive has been
all automated.
All automated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what GM's got a long way to go with that one. We got the Super Cruise now, but we don't have this.
It's not the soup to nuts. Now, my understanding is Super Cruise is pretty good on the highway.
It is, but if somebody's hauling ass and they come up behind you, like you're just changing lanes automatically, it'll do the same thing. But if somebody's hauling ass, you better be paying attention and you better go, because it'll pull out in front of them and they'll hit you if you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, this one is, and again, it's obviously supervised.
Right.
Like, you see me, I have to be here.
Right.
It has to supervise me. Are we going to service center?
Yeah, you just drop me off by the tractor.
All right.
They're getting ready to close up. They're pushing that truck in. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, man, it was great talking to you.
Yeah.
Dude.
Thank you for the.
Absolutely.
For the conversation. Like
Absolutely, man.
No, that whole area we live in is nothing but EVs. I mean, there's Tesla, there's Cybertrucks, there's everything.
Yes, sir. Oh, you're going to push on that button? Yeah, that's the part people really hate about Tesla right there.
You walk up and the door handles pop open.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Good one.